Hey everyone, SmithCity here for SmithCity product reviews. Well, in a year that has been an absolute shambles, Cork the Liqour has kept me regulated mentally a little bit. Obviously, I lost some hobbies through COVID, and a lot of their beers, or a lot of my beer reviews have come from their store. And so I'd like to, as we're closing into Christmas, I'd like to thank Brett, Rebecca, who I saw today, who helped me with this can and some other stuff there. Brett and Rebecca and everyone else there. I've forgotten everyone else's names. I'm terrible with names, but each and every single one of you guys have done an absolute amazing job. You're very knowledgeable as staff. You're very kind-hearted people, and you know your stuff. So anyone that wants craft beer, wine, spirits, you name it. I even bought myself a new beer glass that I've been talking about for this channel for a long time, getting a new beer glass. They'll help you out. So they've got a store corner of Scoresby and Baronia, and they've also got one on Burwood Highway in Furniture Gully. So we've got Shambles Brewery, Hobart in Tasmania, their American IPA dances with the hops. And I do know a little bit about this because I did a bit of research before I decided to do the video. It has 5 hops in it, and I will quickly read this out because I think it's quite interesting. I tried to get on Shambles' website other than their beer and some characteristics on things. They didn't have like a big spiel about their brewery, but that's okay. So I found one of the hops in this, and it's pretty interesting. So it's spelt lupulin, but it's pronounced lupulin, and it's a yellow gland of a hop plant in which the hop acids and essential oils can be found. It is a fine yellow powder that can be separated out from the green leaves of the hop itself, sort of like a pollen of a flower. And I won't go further into that because we dive down a rabbit hole. So, new glass. Don't know exactly what this is in terms of what the glass is called, but feel free, if you know what it is, any of my viewers, to comment in the comment section, subscribe, like, share. If not, on other reviews coming up, I'll do some research, but I decided that I'd look at some of the hops in this as opposed to going too crazy and looking at multiple things. So here's the can, 500 ml. It is 2.5 standard drinks. It is 6.4% ABV, and we'll open it. So I think I'm going to upload this out of sequence and just get it up for you guys. Interesting color. It is ridiculously hoppy from this pour. Can smell it straight away. Now, I don't know whether this is the right glass for an IPA, but stiff shit. So there it is in the glass. It's got a three finger head there. The bubbles are quite small, but not quite small. They're quite large, and so they will break away quite easily. And I'm not too sure if you can see that. It has got small, slow moving carbonation bubbles up the glass. We'll have a bit of a smell, guys. Very, very hoppy, very citrusy. Smells good. I'll just dive straight in. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Some stuff going on there, so hence the long pause. Okay, so it's interesting. There is 5 hops in there. Did have an Acacia Hopsmith IPA, and I found that to be very, very hoppy, and I'm not too sure if I really, really liked it as something that I could drink all the time. I didn't do a review on it. It was just one that I did whilst I was cleaning out the garage. Just had a couple of beers. This was a couple of months ago. It's very interesting. The hoppiness to it, there's lots of it, but it's not. So the hoppiness is very complex. So there's lots of different hops in here. So that's creating a really good sort of balanced taste. And there's lots of stuff going on that I'm trying to get my head around. So just bear with me as I try to just dissect this. So there is the touch of a pininess to it. Okay, there's very good levels of citrus. It's an American IPA, which generally you do get that pininess to it. Just whilst I talk to you guys, I just want to give you an overall hold up a sec. Should have had this already open up in another window. I do apologise. Nope, not that. No, it's not working for me. Top her up. So there's the package. It's in a 500ml can. There is an axe there. It's brewed in Hobart, Tasmania, 222 Elizabeth Street. It's got the certified independent logo there. So it's very citrusy on the back end, like just from the mid to back, and then as it hits that citrus and that lingers, then you get this bitterness that lingers, like it comes back and lingers, which is quite nice. This is a really good IPA. This is a really, really good IPA. I'm just trying to so with when I talk about pininess, there are certain hops that produce a piney, resinous type quality to beers, and so when I use that term, I was just trying to get maybe a paragraph to sort of explain it better, as opposed to just my knowledge on it, but I haven't been able to pull anything up as of yet. I'll see if I can. No, I'm not going to be able to find it just off there, but that's what I mean when I talk about the pininess to it. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love this glass. I'm fairly sure this glass, it had what it was on the bottom. I'm just trying to see if I can. No, I'm not going to be able to. Not going to be able to read it. I think it was like 5 something mils. This glass. This is really good. This is really good for an IPA. Obviously, I like my IPAs. Heading into this, with it having so much hops, there isn't a hop there that's sort of overriding each other. And as I'm looking over to my computer desk, I tried an Easy Does It. Who makes that? Hold up. By Two Birds. Easy Does It by Two Birds. And that sort of, it's almost got a very similar hop characteristic. Obviously that's a session IPA, but it's got a very similar quality hop characteristic to it. It's quite nice. Definitely doesn't drink like a 6.4. I think what makes this really good is as it gets hoppy from the front to mid, that citrus just breaks that hoppiness away, and it doesn't overly knock you out with the hoppiness. So they've done a really good balancing job here. And this beer definitely isn't in shambles, that's for sure. I was hoping to get some more names from Cork the Liqour to name drop all of you guys. Obviously you're running a business, and so you can't always be on your social media to answer stuff. So I do apologise for everyone else that works there at your two stores. And I have had run-ins with every single one of you, I'm fairly sure. So I absolutely love it. So just like the little trips home from work where I'm like, okay, it's a Friday. I'm not a big drinker by any stretch of the imagination. Like, obviously I do a beer review channel, but I'm not someone that drinks every day, and I'm not generally a binge drinker, and so I don't drink a lot of alcohol when I drink. So I'll probably have this one, go off camera, have dinner, and that'll do me. But I've loved always just coming home in the pandemic and stopping off and opening up the fridges and having a look, or having Brett go, oh, what about this one? Or I go in and go, yeah, I'm feeling like this sort of style of beer. Yeah, I've got this in. This is really good for these reasons. This is something that you might like with your palate taste, da-da-da-da-da. There's another shorter lady that works there, and she's absolutely amazing, very, very friendly, and she's got great knowledge on beer. And obviously Brett's more of a wine drinker than a beer drinker, but he knows so much stuff to do with beer, which is great. And when you've got places like that 5 minutes from your home, you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. So I have given a 10 before for an IPA, but I haven't really included it when I said I haven't given an IPA a 10 yet, and that was the Ubernaut mixer, where it came in 2 cans, and you tip one can into the drink and then tip the other can into the drink and mix it. I think I gave that a 10, but I'm not including that as a 10 for my IPA. So just keep that in mind with the ratings. I still technically haven't given an IPA a 10 yet. Drinkability is so good. This is really, really good. Really, really good. So, as I started telling you about the flavor profile of this beer, I had it in my head and then I looked at the can. I'm like, oh no, I need to say it first before I read it, because then it's going to look like that I've read it beforehand, which I haven't. A combo of 5 US hop varieties contribute citrus, tropical fruit, and pine flavors and aroma with a firm bitterness and a solid malt backbone. Now, who wants to dance? Well, I do after this, that's for sure. I didn't really even think about the malts, to be honest. Those malts that are in there are very close to being sort of what you'd expect in an amber ale. There's a bit of breadiness and a bit of biscuitiness to the malt. Yeah, it's a cracking beer. This is obviously going for a lot longer than I intended, but so I'm going to give 2 ratings here. A rating for Cork the Liqour, I'm going to give you guys a 10 out of 10. Absolutely amazing business with amazing people that work there. You know, it has been a hectic year, and I'm sure you guys have had to adapt and work out ways of navigating this tough situation. And there was probably elements where you're like, are we going to stay open or we're not going to stay open? What are we going to do? Are we going to have to do deliveries or this, that, whatever? So I can only imagine the stress that you guys have gone through, such as everyone else with small businesses. And so you guys get a 10 out of 10. And a little bit of a drum roll. I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. This is ripper. This is my style of IPA. Normally when there are some piney and resinous elements, sometimes the alcohol content is pushed up a little bit higher, like one that I have reviewed before this, but I'm obviously going to review this, upload it first, is when they're very resinous and they're very high in alcohol content, they can kind of be a struggle to sort of sit down and enjoy within a review, because obviously outside of review you can sit there and sort of sip on it. In a review, you probably don't want to be watching me sip on a beer for 40 to 50 to 60 minutes. So but this is cracker. This is a cracker beer. Absolutely amazing by Shambles Brewery in Hobart, Tasmania. American IPA. Amazing stuff from Rebecca at Cork the Liqour for suggesting this beer to me. So all in all, guys, fantastic job by the lot of you, and I'll catch you on the next. Cheers.